We tend to establish the equivalence with cash, and there is a huge difference there. For example, in cash, we don't know, for example, who's using a $100 bill today. We don't know who is using a 1,000 peso bill today. A key difference with the CBDC is that central bank will have absolute control on the rules and regulations that will determine the use of that expression of central bank liability. And also, we will have the technology to enforce that. Those two issues are extremely important, and that makes a huge difference with respect to what cash is.
If you think about the benefits of digital money, there are huge potential gains. It's not just about digital forms of physical currency. You can have programmability, units of central bank currency with expiry dates. You could have, as I argue in my book, a potentially better and some people might see it as a darker world where the government decides that units of central bank money can be used to purchase some things, but not other things that it deems less desirable.
Self-driven car will come to your hotel or wherever you are and will bring you to the airport. Actually, I had a discussion some months ago with the mayor of Los Angeles, and Los Angeles is one of the cities with the heaviest traffic, who told me in 2030, Los Angeles will be private car-driven free.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. Now, guys, I told you in 2023 in the first quarter, we would get an event, and now we have the banking collapse, which the master magicians pulled off the perfect distraction. And at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, guys, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, the markets will still pump and dump until we get that next crisis. Guys, we know they're going to pull that rug. And all we have to do is watch the Fed to know exactly when that's about to happen. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, we have Bitcoin and crypto slightly up. Don't forget, guys, we do not have CME, no bond market, no stock market. So that means in crypto, we're going to be the only game in town. So we definitely should get some liquidity in. Now, right now, we do have a couple altcoins pumping. ICP, Filecoin, Arbitrum, XDC. And I do see altcoins continue to benefit tomorrow. Now we have Greek's option data says Bitcoin ETF for approval won't trigger a crypto market rally. And I have to agree, I do think the Bitcoin ETF, once it gets approved, we will move slightly up. But a lot of this, guys, we know it's already been priced in. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Don't forget, guys, we're in a plan. And moves and phases. It's going to take 3 to 5 years to move over to this digital economy. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. On Friday, we had yield rates overall flat. We had the dollar slightly up, but still weak. We have volume in crypto right now flat. We have Tether, USDC, and TUSD. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo back over 1 trillion. And we finally got an article. Reuters did an article on the repo. Guys, we know this is all manipulation. Don't forget we had quarterly options expire on the stock market on Friday, December 29th. And in crypto, we had Bitcoin and Ethereum contracts in on that Friday. Remember, when you look at stocks and cryptos, the Fed is controlling it all. I don't care what sector you look at in the economy. If you're controlling the supply and demand of money, then you control whether it goes up or down. We can look at real estate and see the manipulation. And when you look at stocks and cryptos, the masses really don't have a direct connection. But when you're looking at housing, these mortgage payments, these rental payments, everybody can clearly see something's not right. They don't understand it, but they clearly know something is not right, and the hidden hand is the Fed. And remember, all the chaos that we see going on across the globe, it's all for the fourth industrial revolution. And it sounds unbelievable, but you have to put up all these distractions in order to move the masses to the direction you want them to go. And I don't care whether it's crypto, housing, the drums are beating, they all lead to the fourth industrial revolution. And how you get there is the Hegelian dialectic, the divide and conquer. It works every time. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget about Grayscale sent about $33.3 billion. And we have the SEC set to approve a spot Bitcoin ETF in the next 2 weeks. So we finally here. But of course, the SEC is trying to sneak in that cash settlement. And they say they want to make it less manipulative. But guys, we know when it comes to cash settlement, you can manipulate it even more. So we know the SEC wants to keep the casino going on. You just have to sit back, get your popcorn, and we'll let it play out over these next 2 weeks. And lastly, speaking of the movie, we have the DOJ decides not to pursue a second trial against the Bankman. And then we also seen a few charges get dropped. And then right beside that, guys, we have the Bankman sentencing, and then we have CZ, who's supposed to be stuck here, also getting sentenced. So wouldn't the movie become even more interesting if Binance CZ got more time than the Bankman? And of course, that would spark the Hegelian dialectic, and we already have the drums are beaten. But if CZ got more time than the Bankman, it would spark outrage that we've never seen before. And don't forget that China is going to be rising for the fourth industrial revolution, representing the emerging markets, the BRICS nations. And the Bankman and CZ is nothing but a distraction, but it can spark that crisis, that divide and conquer, that distraction that the master magicians need to start this digital transformation. Remember, America to Babylon, along with the world reserve currency, is going to be ending over these next 3 to 5 years. And the rise of China with that digital yuan backed by that digital SDR is going to be the new world reserve currency in the Belt and Road. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.